All right, today we're going over how to make the most amount of money with the new Garment Factory in GTA Online. Rockstar's introduced new files, new missions, little mini heists really into the game. And honestly, I can't say it's the best way to make money in the game for sure, but it is definitely up there and it's something that I do recommend a lot of people checking out. So getting started to it, for the Garment Factory itself, you have to purchase it for Maze Bank foreclosures. It's available for 2.3 mil. And it doesn't have any sort of customization. If you guys need a guide on how to get started exactly, I'll leave a link in the description to the video I already made. And a quick tour of the business, pretty much you have the upstairs part, which is from the story mode where you can, spawn in. That's where you change your clothes. You can, go to sleep. Overall, it's just accommodation area. The main part is going to be in the basement where you're able to start the missions, as well as, get other things like snacks or, watch TV, security cameras, all that, as well as also your garage. And also able to fast travel as well with this door in the basement. So what's great about this update is the fact that to get started with these missions, you can either do it at the computer that's in the Garment Factory or with your phone. I do recommend using your phone instead, since it is more quicker, as well as the fact that you can just start it anywhere. You don't have to travel back and forth or switch lobbies, which obviously uses a lot of time. But however you get access to these missions, you'll have a total of 4. So you're gonna have 3 regular ones, which pay around 150,000 each. And then you have the priority file, which is going to be changing every single week, which pays around 300,000, sometimes a little bit more. Obviously, Rockstar does have, their bonuses where it's like, triple money, double money. So just look out for those. And of course, like on the channel, we'll be having videos on that. But overall, pretty much that's just how it's going to go. Out of focus for every week, for sure on the priority file, getting that down out the way, since you obviously get the most amount of money for that. And then you can check out the other ones as well, which overall, when it comes to these files, they're pretty much all the same. When it comes to the setup, which is going to be 3 mini preps and then the finale, which doesn't take that long at all. Honestly, for these 3 preps, most of them, I would assume for most GTA players, you can finish them in less than 10 minutes, sometimes like 5. A breakdown of pretty much those preps is just going to be go to this location, steal this, and then probably go to a second location, kill these people, take that, whatever, deliver it to the Garment Factory. Sometimes you're just taking pictures, sometimes like little hacks. But overall, for all these missions, from what I've seen and experienced, they're not going to take that long. 10 minutes max for most people that play these missions, especially if you're using a fast vehicle like MK2, helicopter, Sparrow, whatever you're using. You get to the location quick and you're out. And then for the finale, overall, I think they're going to take around like 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 10 to 20. For some of the finales, of course, breaking it down, you do want to take your time with it because you do want to get the bonuses, which we'll talk about in a second. But overall, when it comes to the finales, they don't take that long. And it's just usually going to a specific place dressed up as something or bringing a specific vehicle that you have, and you're able to just get started with that. So overall, pretty fun. The one that I like the most for sure right now is definitely the fine art file. I think the setup is pretty nice because it implements new things into the games where you can do like certain hacking features that are new, as well as the interiors. They're not fully new, but Rockstar did change around a little bit. So just little things like that I do appreciate for this update, and I do like this update a lot for sure. And just doing the finale as well as the preps itself literally took me less than 30 minutes, which is great because obviously, like I was saying in the beginning, this doesn't pay the most, but at least it's not going to take too much of your time, because there's some missions and some preps, content that's in the game that Rockstar adds where it could literally take like an hour to 2 hours and you're only getting paid like $500,000, which is just obviously not that much money, and the time and profit and the time and money is just not equaling, and it just makes it not worth it. But for this, I think it's pretty good. And Rockstar also doesn't make the missions too difficult, so if at that time you're not playing with a friend or somebody, you're able to do it without any problems. Now, when it comes to the missions itself, for the regular first 3 preps, you're going to be doing those in a free mode lobby. So if you don't want to have to deal with people potentially trying to kill you or griefing, which I don't think that's really going to happen to most people, at least in my case, doing all these preps, nobody has really did anything. So I would assume if you want to, you could hop into an invite-only session or, closed session, whatever. But if not, you could just do that in public. And then for the finale, however you started from your phone or your computer, you can do that. And it's going to put you to a separate game lobby, so you won't have to worry about anybody trying to attack you. So pretty similar to like how the auto shop missions are, a little bit like that. And as for the bonuses that I was talking about earlier, so on screen, I'll have all the bonuses for all the different files that we have so far in the game. And these are overall pretty simple. So for example, for the fine art file, in my case, the bonuses were to enter the penthouse undetected. So just, pretty much do it stealthy. You have to flick the switch within 60 seconds. So pretty much there was something I had to find, do that, real quick as soon as you get there, and then take all cabinet contents. So overall, if you just know the bonuses beforehand, it's something that you could do every single time. You're able to get a bonus award of $50,000. And I think recently Rockstar also put a bonus on this as well. So you would have made like, almost pretty much 200,000 from just doing these bonuses. So it's great how Rockstar kind of does it. So again, The pay isn't the best when it comes to the bonus, but it's something that could just be added on. It's something that's very similar to kind of how the pay benefits are. It's like it's nothing just too difficult. Like you don't have to go out your way and kill like 50,000 people. It's just something that should somewhat happen naturally when you're playing the game, and it's just something that can happen. Well, knowing the bonuses beforehand, it makes it even more easier since you're not guessing what they are or just attempting to do it how you feel. Because obviously, I think when most people play it the first time, we didn't even know there was a bonus, and you didn't know what the bonus was. So it's like you kind of did it. You might have got some, but you didn't get all. So to get all three just to get the finales, pretty much like an elite challenge in a way. So just definitely use this as a reference for sure, if you can get these bonuses done to get that extra money into your accounts. And then again, when it comes to these press and finales, I think it is pretty self-explanatory for most people. It's something that's really easy, and I think that a lot of people can get the hacking quick, as well as the amount of enemies, and doing it with the friends and players. It's just gonna be a lot more fun as well. Makes it a lot more interesting too. So I'll definitely get into that if you haven't already. And as for the business itself, again, this is a money guide, so we're focusing on how to make the most amount of money quickly. When it comes to this, I would just say that I wouldn't probably put this as a priority when it comes to making money first. I would probably focus on doing some of the heists that we have in the game, even doing possibly like the salvage yard or just any like businesses that you could sell as well. Those are the ways that you want to make money first. And this is kind of like a side type of concept where if you want to make money, if you're getting bored of the heist or other, missions in the game already, then definitely check these out. But this isn't going to be like a money making way that's just like, yeah, you're going to make so much money quickly. So again, when you have to think about it, if you do all of these files, it's going to take you around like an hour to 2 hours probably to do all 4 of them, depending on how your skill is. And also there's a little bit of a cooldown as well that's added onto these too, so just keep that in mind. So it's like, I think it's like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes after each file, something like that. So that also adds into the time and money equation. So I would just say that when it comes to each file that you do, if each of them take around like 10 minutes for the preps, we're gonna put the max, I would say like about 45 minutes in total for each file, a little bit less for most people though. And if you put that together, that's around like 3 hours. Again, it could be a little bit less. And then overall, for the money making perspective, if you do get all the bonuses done, as well as you do get paid for the priority file as well, which is again around like 300,000, you're making roughly around 750k, which is actually pretty good for a few hours of work. But if you put into comparisons to other businesses that we already have in the game, it's not really that much. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes to this business, it is great. It's a great addition, but it's definitely not one of those businesses that I would be like, yeah, this is passive, you can focus on that later, or it's one of those top businesses. It definitely isn't. If you compare it to like the Acid Lab or other businesses that we already had in the past few years of GTA Online, this is definitely not a great way. It's kind of similar to a little bit with the Cluck and Bell. It takes about an hour work, make $500,000. It's something similar to that, but I think even that pays a little bit more as well when you think about it. So these are great missions. I'll probably focus on them for sure when it comes to triple money or double money. Those is where that is when it's going to be paid the most. That's when it's going to be worth it a lot to check out, especially if you never played them before, or even if you did play them before, just grinding it is going to be a great time that week. However, when it comes to the basic week, they are fun missions, they're great missions, but it's not going to make you that much money in the long run. I'll probably focus on other stuff and just throwing these in, mix it up. If you are the type of person that decides to do a lot of different things, a lot of different activities and missions when you're grinding for money, definitely throw this in. Make sure you get the priority file done, of course, and you can throw the other ones as well. But I wouldn't put this as like, the only type of thing that you should grind when it comes to making money. So overall, it is a pretty good business. I do recommend checking it out. And of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy, subscribe, put up post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.